Australia has announced plans to make it easier for hundreds of thousands of New Zealanders living in the country to become Australian citizens. This move follows New Zealand's long-standing campaign for reform since visa rules toughened in 2001. The new regulations will allow New Zealanders to apply for Australian citizenship without first obtaining permanent residency. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese made the announcement on Saturday, a day ahead of a visit by his New Zealand counterpart Chris Hipkins. The new regulation will come into effect from the 1st of July 2020. Who have lived in Australia for more than 4 years since 2001 can apply for citizenship. The changes will affect up to 350,000 New Zealanders who currently reside in Australia. It is being hailed as the biggest improvement in the rights of New Zealanders living in Australia in a generation. New Zealand's Prime Minister, Chris Hipkins, said that the reforms restore the rights that Kiwis had in Australia before they were revoked in 2001. Previously, New Zealanders had to apply for permanent residency before seeking citizenship, which was a lengthy and expensive process. The special category visa, introduced in 2001, restricted their access to certain health and welfare support. The new regulations will put the rights of New Zealanders living in Australia on a level playing field with Australians living in New Zealand, according to the authorities in Australia. New Zealanders living in Australia will now have access to government assistance, such as unemployment benefits, after becoming citizens. They will also be eligible to vote, which was not possible previously. The changes will also benefit those with niche medical roles, such as Nicole Westrup, who works at a children's hospital in Melbourne. She had given up trying to get permanent residency due to the cost of the application, but now the changes mean she can get access to extra support if needed, such as housing grants. Scott Bowley, a New Zealander living in Melbourne with his Swedish wife and 2 children, says the changes mean he and his family will have access to government assistance, which will take away a level of uncertainty. His second child, born in December 2022, will now also be entitled to Australian citizenship. The new regulations will make it easier for New Zealanders living in Australia to become citizens and access government assistance. The changes have been welcomed by many who were previously unable to access these benefits, due to the cost and time-consuming process of obtaining permanent residency. The move is also being hailed as restoring the rights that Kiwis had in Australia before they were revoked in 2001. The changes will come into effect from the 1st of July 2023.